संडे का प्लान पूरा खराब कर दिया लोगों ने। संडे का प्लान ये था कि हम लोग कॉफी पीने जाएंगे हम तीनों स्टारबक्स।
सोच रहा था कि
हाँ वहाँ पे जा सकते हैं।
हाँ वो सामने बनाते हैं स्टफ्ड
हाँ जा सकते थे ना, कॉफी पी लेते।
Hello, my dear friends.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hi, ma'am. How are you doing?
Who is this? I can't see my camera is on, but I can't see you. Oh, okay. Hi. How are you?
Fine, thanks. And you?
I'm fine, but we should really become friends on Facebook.
I think I sent you a request, if I'm not mistaken.
Are you from Federal Brains?
Hi.
Hi. Hi. Hi.
I see you winning a lot of awards all the time.
Me?
All your poems keep winning awards. I see certificates. How wonderful. Congratulations.
I really work hard. I work hard.
Congratulations. Lovely.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Has Prasanna arrived?
He was here a little while ago. I think he's getting some things ready.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Prasanna is not here.
He's here. He's just getting some things organized
Okay.
in the
Chad,
background.
you've seen this book?
Oh, yes.
Were you able to get this? It's on Amazon.
Oh, okay. Is it a poetry anthology?
Yeah, it's got poetry, it's got 2 essays, but it's a very interesting book because, we started by actually asking people, expatriates who live abroad, how they feel about their home and, missing their country. But then we looked at the isolation one feels within one's own home or within one's own country or within one's own society or community. And, so it's turned out to be a beautiful book. One of the best poems, we invited some people to write and they have very willingly written. And the next one that we bring out, Heera, you must contribute to that.
Yeah, definitely. I'll definitely contribute what I can. Yes, definitely.
See, I'm always rushing between the kitchen, and the computer or the garden or my dogs that I rescued. So I often sometimes some people get off my mind and I forget. Otherwise, later on, I feel, oh God, I should have had her also in. So the next one that we bring out, you definitely be in it. Okay?
Yeah, definitely. It's interesting.
I don't know, every time I think, getting an anthology is very tough because getting people to write and then putting it together. And then, I get to reading such wonderful poetry that I get so tempted. In fact, I just wrote the foreword to a book of poems written by an Air Force officer, a woman, lady pilot. And she's now retired. She's a veteran. And she climbed the Everest, Mount Everest.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah. And she's going to climb the highest volcano in the world, which is in South America.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah, and she's written this wonderful book called The Song of the Sky. Who better?
Song of the?
What is Prasanna organizing? See there, I can't contact him. Did Prasanna appear at all?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I have one small request. Ma'am?
Yeah, bolo.
I have one small request. Can I start earlier in the session? Because my internet connection is not very stable. So if I could read my poem first, so not first, anytime in the beginning. So
I just had a power cut here,
later on, I hope I don't have internet issues.
Okay. I'm sure Prasanna
Is that
will be
okay?
able to accommodate. I'm sure Prasanna will be able to accommodate. I'm just one piece of poet like you. He gives me more importance than I deserve. So
No, but you're also excellent poet. You're an excellent poet. There's no doubt about it.
yeah, but it's actually, his show. So I'm sure he would mind, it's not a big request at all.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry, my dear friends. I had a difficult technical, hard technical glitch, and I could not,
Hi,
get
Prasanna.
through it. But Pranam, good evening, my dear friends. Although we've been joined, half an hour before, but then it just happened to be, I'm so forgive me for that, and please, I hope you would cooperate. We understand this technical, but yes, please welcome poetry reading with Fatal Brains, and as always, poets meet a place where poets gather to share their minds. Yeah, please welcome our what do you call mainstay, Richard Spisak, who is going to present 2 poems for us on Moon and another new poem that he has written. So please welcome Richard Spisak.
Thank you so very much. I'm going to share my screen if that's possible, sir.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Okie doke. There we go. So this is a tribute to the Indian landing on the South Pole of the Moon. Congratulations. Chandrayaan 3, right up there where it
Yes, Richard, go ahead. Sorry for that. Richard, unmute your mic, please.
There we go. All right, let's try again. There we go. Okay, the Indian landing on the South Pole of the Moon. Chandrayaan 3, right up there where it should righteously be, there at the lunar South Pole where they placed it, see? Playing its role to explore the reach of the mind, to stretch, reach out and find just how sublime, touching humanity's very soul as we touch the moon's face through a Herculean effort of mind and the kind of math that strikes a journey's path. A new vantage point anointed by the hand of man, we laugh. Distance succumbs to our reach, the mind's leap. Calculations, heroic, not bloody, we have again touched the stars out among the planetary bodies to study. Our stand and stamp the brand of man, so vast and refined for all new understanding, grasping with our minds the cosmic forces. What will we find so outstanding? Of course, the lunar South Pole is very special. It may even possess a secret hidden treasure. There in the dark and deep of space, there may even find water to replace and replenish what humans relinquish and outreach the strong bonds of Earth and set a course for the surface of Mars and beyond. How does that sound? The Vikram lander, with only 14 days of life to study, a rover has been deployed from the belly of the lander Vikram. ISRO sent Pragyam out to collect new wisdom. While it has such a brief lifespan, yet so many crucial decisions to plan. The rover relays the data back to the lander so it doesn't need to carry interplanetary transmission, whose additional burden might hamper position its primary mission to sample and analyze exactly what the lunar surface soils compromise, testing the composition of lunar soil and its subsurface details for what might be revealed as it rolls across the surface, its logo printed in the dust by each wheel. Then, in its path, it found a crater 4 meters round. The scientists found a way to skirt it once alerted, thereby to avoid a catastrophic tumble to the deep silence so profound. We celebrate India's scientific achievement, join in the celebration of this nation, another great voyage of human exploration and knowledge. With each foot measured, the treasure of mankind grows and leaves in its very tracks an eternal impression and prints ISRO with each cycle of its wheels, taking the moon's temperature, this intrepid adventurer. And now, one more piece. This is called, yes, the nurses. I had a recent surgery, and I had a chance to again appreciate just how hard the nurses work and how little respect and appreciation they get too often. And I was thinking about how hard they work and how important their work is. So I wrote this. This is called Yes, the Nurse. Yes, the nurse. She'll see you first and try to gauge your condition's course. Guided by her head and heart, you're likely to have your start of care with this decorated adjutant of the physician there, gowned and garmented, prepared to assess just exactly what kind of mess you represent. Can you, speaking clearly, explain yourself at all, or nearly? Her careful analysis provides a wealth, and so begins the assessment of your health. And whether during the interaction you are lucid, or awash in 14 kinds of confusion, belligerent, bashful, awash in pain, a bloody mess, or completely insane, or headed somehow back toward health, this guardian spirit awakens that inner self, aided by this sage's wisdom. So begins data collection and a million decisions. Which vitals? In consultation with the medical team, though your consciousness may wander the shrieking dark valleys of pain, confusion and worry, uncertainty, yours calm. Under pressure, you're happily a patient of hers. As the texts gather round and you're peppered with questions, your vitals assessed, a bouquet of inspections. You've been delivered, the data is collected. What steps in preparation? You may yet be resurrected. The clouds of uncertainty, these must be assuaged. The clear-eyed assessment, the soft touch on your arm. Battalions of data arrayed and assessed. Now this team of healers begins to untangle your particular mess. 27 kinds of machines are measured and applying, all in an effort to keep you from dying. Of them, 10,000 woes man afflicts upon man. The nurses can tell you they've seen 10,010. Add to that all these innocents terrorized at the edge of their lives. Add in a new computer system installed and untrained, unexplained in any way. Late last night, oh, it's quite a fright. But thank you, my friends. Thank you for listening to my little tribute to both India and to the nurses that help us all.
And we cannot ever, what do you call, their remarkable service of nurses. We cannot, have the words to, appreciate their efforts of, serving the humanity, so as humanity to celebrate not only Indians, but it's humanity to celebrate the launch of, the rocket, the landing of the, satellite. It's so important. So it's not only for ISRO, but it's all around the world. So thank you for paying this tribute, beautiful tribute, and on the nurses as well. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Richard. Please welcome our next poet. Our next poet is Dominic Windram. He's a silent and his name, but he has a thoughtful poet. Please welcome Dominic Windram.
Thank you. I've got two poems to read to you today. First one is called New Words. New words being hatched in the psyche's birthing room. are warm with fuzzy meanings and brim with dreamlike possibilities. When they become flesh, old ways of the rigid tribes will be dismantled across vast purposeless realms of vainglorious kingdoms. The cold eyes of fear will cease to gaze upon us, and we'll gain control of the arrows of being. The new words can change the flow of consciousness, and meager seeds can grow into blazing flowers. They can both bring about world-shaking revolutions. Let's guard the blueprints for future references. And the second one is called Reverence Transcends Language. It's a more philosophical piece. Between these fragments that quicken our senses, yet cannot connect us, the slow, silent flow of grace that often eludes us in diurnal time, when we are consumed by other, more pressing matters. Between our little familiar islands and farther shores, we don't seem to undergo sea change. Poets are also alone in their self-imposed cells and tend to lose themselves in strange labyrinthine notions which do great disservice to the purpose. All these words of love and syllables of longing are inadequate tools to express pristine tones of communion. On the occasions when life's circumstances are more favorable, greater light can be glimpsed for perhaps brief moments in time, but not fully grasped. Alas, we can only hint and guess at blessed realms beyond this world of shadows. Thank you.
Always think about when I, listen to these spiritual or philosophical areas, unless you have a bent of mind or you peep into the heart within yourself, you cannot, portray or you couldn't put those kind of words that comes through your mind. So very well put, Dominic, and thank you for presenting that philosophical, shout out. Thank you. Please give it up for Dominic Windram. I don't know. I am just today I'm a little bit, but yes, please welcome our next poet. Our next poet is a very, she herself is an inspiration. She is a retired teacher, and she is a well-known author, and she's from Bangalore. Please welcome Heera Nawaz.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, please.
First of all, good evening to everybody. I'm going to read out two poems. One is serious and one is humorous. So I just hope you can relate or resonate with these two poems. The first one is called Pandemics and Life. I wrote this because recently we are under the lockdown and it created a lot of disturbances in so many ways in everyday life, but it's also a time when families got together and reunited. So here's my poem. Over the last hundreds of years, there has been from the annals of time several pandemics that have occurred globally in the past, which have rendered life on earth uncertain, fearful, and apprehensive, urging people to reiterate on how long will this current scourge last. In the case of COVID, or the dreaded coronavirus in this current year, it is disastrous, but it helped family life and bonds to be stronger, because unity is strength and families can help each other out. But it makes people who are fed up say, how much longer? Pandemics have, in a way, made societies value family, unity, and life. As many a husband and wife have to work from the confines of home, with no outdoor social, interactive, and communicative life. While the pre-corona days, carefree students and adults would roam. The children stayed at home, though they were energetic and restless. And everyone, when venturing out, would do so wearing a mask and practicing social distancing of at least 6 feet or more, while sanitizing and washing hands elaborately became quite a task. In introspection, what has the pandemic taught us in this book of life? One, that we must be cautious, careful, and hygienic from the start, and cherish and value one's family bonds and ties with unity, and to respect and cherish everyone who speaks from the heart. So that's my first poem. I'll read out my second poem, which is actually an attempt at humor. I hope the humor lands. The magic of introspection. Women are said to be intuitive and have the magic of introspection. This enables her to think out of the box and use her mind. She being unable to think rationally, thoughtfully, and deeply, but she being able to think rationally, thoughtfully, and deeply, it being a double whammy if she's also kind. Once my maid asked me, of what use was a green card? Initially, I thought this to be a passport to go to any place. She being thrilled to think she can go to any country abroad, as a brilliant smile lighted up the corners of her face. But I am educated and know that I should deeply introspect. Would it be so easy for a maid whose life is strenuous and hard? A magic wave of introspection flashed across my mind. It was not a passport at all, but a green-colored ration card. Enlightened, everyone laughed heartily and jocularly. The maid saying, "Ma'am, you are really very brilliant and clever. Can anyone take away your magic of intuition? No, no one ever." Thank you so much. And I look forward to listening to the other poets and poetesses around the world. And a big thank you to Prasanna ji. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you, ma'am. We love you and we love your readings. And I always wonder whether the pandemic has created that impact as it has been said. But once I came across a headline saying that there is revenge traveling because there was restricted to go out, and there was so there was a revenge traveling, and the pollution, the cars and bikes have been sold for 20% in the first quarter. I mean, like first quarters, ever that have been sold. So, and much to add to the pollution of the earth. So I don't think so, but the family relationship, what you're talking about is, I don't know, but yes, maybe it's a positive side of yours, but yes, sometimes it is to ponder. I'm sorry, I mean, and giving my view on negative side, but yes, that's my kind of observation, but that's wonderful poems that you recited. So humorous second one and first one as well. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much.
Please welcome. Thank you, ma'am. Please welcome our next poet who is a philosopher herself. So please welcome Dr. Gargi Shah. Dr. Gargi. Dr. Gargi Saha.
Am I on?
Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I have two poems today. The first one is Poetic Inspiration. I woke up from a deep slumber to find myself in a garden of roses. The sun-kissed mornings brightened my day, bathed in the aromas of refreshing vitality, where there was no despair, where there was no misery, where there was no paucity, where there were no conflicts of thoughts. My mind soared to heights of incredibility, floating in the air of solitude and bliss. Myself dissolved its identity, to be invoked by the muse of letters, to lead me from darkness to light, from morality to immorality. O muse, O bard, help me to write the unwritten, to spell the truth and God with the right blocks, and to assert the ways right to men. An essay comes from the mind, but a poem comes from the heart. Poem is emotions recollected in tranquility. May we be recharged by the poetic inspiration to make the world a better place to live in. That was the first one. The second one is bliss. To water the plants standing in rows and columns and see them absorbing the water silently, I exhale bliss and be immersed in the carpet of greenery that spreads its benevolent shade for humanity. To watch the time
Gargi ma'am has gone. That's the issue with the technique. Please read again, ma'am. Please read again.
second one is bliss. To water the plants standing in rows and columns and see them absorbing the water silently, I exhale bliss and be immersed in the carpet of greenery that spreads its benevolent shade for unity. To watch the tiny hummingbirds licking water from the earthen pots and singing the songs of gratitude, merriment, and fulfillment dances my heart with unknown ecstasy. In the scorching summers, bright rivers and oceans, and a single tap awaiting to quench the thirst of million humans. What a blessing it is to fulfill someone's needs just at the right spur. Blessings descend from above, invisibly, anonymous, who accountable for whose fate, which destiny. Thank you.
Wow, profound, beautiful, ma'am. As always, as I said, it is philosophical. Poetry is all about. Thank you, Gargi ma'am, Gargi Saha ma'am. Thank you, thanks for coming. Thank you for your beautiful poems. Please welcome our next poet. Our next poet is our mentor. Please welcome Roopali Sircar Gaur, who has come up with our two beautiful poem anthology. One is Angst and one is Manushatvam. One I hold in my hand. One I hold in my hand, and the other she would be showing
Yes.
up.
This is us, yeah. This is important today. Yeah.
Angst, another one. So please welcome.
Actually,
Roopali.
I wanted to read something from Manushatvam, but after listening to Richard's tribute to India's scientific, we have actually now gone for the sun. You know, we've done with the moon. Today we have dismantled everything and we've taken off for the sun. But I wrote this a few days ago because I've been very disturbed by the fact that, you know, we are dumping all kinds of stuff on the moon now. You know, the moon has become a dumping ground. People are crashing into it. Some are walking on it. Some are not working on it. So this is in Hindi, but then I'll read a little bit of a translation. So it talks about the moon, and it talks about the fact that we have touched the moon, but we have failed to touch hearts. You know, so that's what we have done. So if you can hear me clearly, Prasanna? Yeah, okay. Chanda Mama Dur Ke. Dur is far away. Chanda Mama, we call the moon children's poetry, we call the moon uncle, you know, mother's brother, Mama. So our Prime Minister said, Chanda Mama Dur Ke. अब जब हमने चांद को छू ही लिया और सब दूरियां मिट गई जो तो आज हमें चांद जैसे चेहरा से नहीं बस चांद से ही प्यार हो गया वो सुंदर मुखड़ा चांद सा उसकी चांदनी अब दिखती नहीं अब तो नील गगन और काली रात में सिर्फ चांद ही चमकता नजर आता तारों को भी भूल गए तुम, चांद पर जो पहुंच चुके हैं हम। धरती पर पैर टिक नहीं रहे, अब यहाँ रहना ठीक नहीं। सच पूछो तो यहाँ रखा ही क्या, सिर्फ ढेर कबार और कब्रिस्तान, धुआं और प्रदूषण, विष से भरपूर हवा के झोंके, सूखी नदियां और सूखे पहाड़। पेड़ काट काट कर चूल्हा जलाया, सर्दियों में बॉनफायर बनाया, शमशान घाट पे बहुत काम में आया, काट काट कर पेड़ जो गिराया। सावन के बादल को बदल दिया, ग्लोबल वार्मिंग, सावन के बादल को बदल दिया, गर्मी और मायूसी बढ़ा दी। प्लास्टिक और पॉलिथीन लपेट कर धरती और बारिश का मिलन को रोक दिया। We have covered the earth with plastic and polythene. अब सच बोलो, यह धरती पे रखा ही क्या, चांद से दूरी मिटा दी, दिल को दिल से ना जोड़ पाए। चांद से दूरी मिटा दी, दिल को दिल से ना जोड़ पाए। हिंदू मुस्लिम सिख ईसाई आपस में ना रहे भाई भाई। धरती पर हिंसा युद्ध और हाहाकार, वहां जाकर अगर बस जाते हैं तो शायद कुछ शांति मिल जाए। चलो चलो सब चांद पर चले, वहां तो सब कुछ चमक रहा है, मेरा देश का दिल मचल रहा। दिल धड़क धड़क के कह रहा है, अब आ भी जा, जल्दी जल्दी चांद के लिए रवाना हो जा। So let's all go to the moon. I just translated it, a kind of a translation. We have touched the moon. We have touched the moon. We have brought the moon close to our heart, but we have failed to touch each other's heart. In the deep blue and the night dark sky, only the moon I can see. I'm restless. I want to be there in the silver shine. What's there here for us on this desperate earth? An earth full of garbage and graves, pollution, smoke and smog, dry rivers and treeless hills. Just keep felling trees, wood to burn bonfires, build coffins and light funeral pyres. We have changed the seasons. It rains in spring and floods the meadows and mountainsides. Death and devastation and a warm winter. Forest fires and ash-covered earth. Polythene and plastic stops the meeting of earth and rain. The wells are dry and birds thirst, mouth open. Wars and hate and divisions, let's leave all this behind to fester and find peace on the moon. The red moon, the blue moon, the full moon is calling. The red moon, the blue moon, the full moon is calling. Let's go to the moon. Let's go very soon. Thank you.
That is it, man. On other hand, we are celebrating and we have, two sides of a coin. So that is the thing, So very well put. And this, I think, this has to be in the textbooks. This poem has to be in textbooks, especially in the Hindi version. That would be raised out, universities and colleges.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, I think many of our poems should be in our textbook. Even the one that Richard has written, I think it should be in a textbook. Truly, truly. And should get our voices across, yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. That is so beautiful. So our next poet is, how could I describe her? The other day we were discussing about what is the difference between, how could we make a balance between the open recite, so like poetry reading and the open mic performance. And it was a brilliant discussion that we had, and I was also trying to, try to find it, the kind of balance that is something, but something that is a very good discussion. And she has a kind of therapy, laryngology, and named after her. So please welcome, she invited a therapy and she shared 8 to 9 years for the vocal cord. She's a vocal cord specialist and much to say. Please welcome Ma'am Joscephine. Yes, ma'am. Please turn on your mic.
There. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Good
ma'am.
evening,
Yes.
everybody. Let me clarify to you what Prasanna has just revealed to you. A few days ago, we had, yes, that was the other day, we had a discussion on one of the professions I'm engaged in, that is voice therapy and rehabilitation. I actually pioneered voice therapy and rehabilitation in this country as an allied medical practice, and that was 28 years ago. I've been treating patients with voice disorders, transient disability, and deficiency. In other words, people with cases secondary to hyperfunction and hypofunction of the laryngeal mechanism. I'm not a laryngologist, but I work hand in hand with a laryngologist to remedy voice problems. The ENT doctor takes care of the anatomy by way of surgery and medications, and I take care of the physiology or the function by way of a method that I conceptualized and developed through years. I pioneered voice therapy and rehabilitation in the Philippines in 1995 after 8 years of studies and research in the causes, diagnosis, and management of voice disorders. Okay, let me now go into the business tonight, my poems. Okay, I'll recite to you one serious poem and one maybe not so serious. Okay, the first one is titled Careful, Careful. Feelings quashed and forgotten are revived by some carelessly released words of irritation, products of your misunderstanding. Will I cry? Will I allow pain or hurt to crawl in and gnaw at my equanimity? No, tears have long dried up, leaving none to shed. Even a body that has bled won't do so, as mind refuses to bend to any tendency to let these feelings stay. I gave you my friendship so easily, so trustingly, but think not you can do with it as you please, forgetting respect, the essential ingredient in maintaining it. Words are not just words. What is said is oft embedded deep in the recesses of the mind. How they are said are processed fast by a machine-like mind that filters and throws what must be discarded. Hurt, pain, sensitivity, and originally good feelings for the friendship too. Careful, careful. This heart refuses to take more of pain from disrespect, from insensitivity. You might as well disappear from my list of friends. You can tell from that poem that I value respect so much. I respect all kinds of people, and I somehow expect the same.
Exactly, man.
Anyway, now I'm going to recite Solitary Living. As many of you know, I live alone. I'm single and I live a monastic solitary life. To sleep without someone else's carbon dioxide inhaling, to awake refreshed and free to do anything without pressure from or to anyone adjusting, to stay long in prayers, meditation, and fasting, to eat what you wish, not anyone else considering, to do some limbering, stretching, weightlifting, bathe long, treat your hair, do body scrubbing, treat facial skin, herbal or honey masks applying, go out with friends with no one contradicting, to travel anywhere, indulge in freely shopping, to play bingo or chess without worrying that someone for you is impatiently waiting, to go about degrees accumulating without someone else's needs considering, liberation from samsara and enlightenment attaining, all are unhindered by solitary living.
Excellent, ma'am. Excellent. Celebration of singularity. Maybe that is the thing. Being
Yes, a single
single,
bachelor's life.
kind of liberation or independence or whatever you can do under the
Yeah,
sky.
I'm not putting down people who'd like to get married. It's all right. I admire them. As a matter of fact, I think it's a noble deed, and it's a tough deed for people to get married and stay long in the marriage and have children, raise children. It's something to be admired also, but to each his own.
I appreciate, ma'am. Thank you. Thanks for coming, and thanks for your presenting your two beautiful poems. Thank you. That was Ma'am Josephine. Please give it up, my dear friends. Next up, we always, I always think about whenever. Thank you, ma'am. Whenever when a
welcome.
person gets celebrates, kind of birthday, I always think about whether he is getting engaged or he or she is getting engaged or getting matured, or it's a time is lapsing and they are getting, I don't know, but it's a moment of celebration indeed. But yes, yesterday there was a moment of our friend, I mean, it's like poet member who celebrated her birthday. So please welcome belated with the belated birthday wishes, Garima Shudan ma'am. Happy birthday.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Prasanna sir. After a long time I came. You can hear me?
Yes, ma'am, please.
Okay. Actually, I've joined from the cell. That's why I'm asking you audio is clear or no. I would like to say the poem in my language, Hindi. The title of the poem is like, the topic is about self-consign. Okay. So, कविता का शीर्षक है ज़मीर, आईना हूं मैं तेरा. ज़मीर, आईना हूं मैं तेरा, मुझसे कुछ भी नहीं छुपा, कि मैं अक्स हूं तेरा. तू क्या सोचता और क्या रवैया है तेरा, मैं सब जानता और मैं सब देखता. तू मेरी परछाई, तू मेरी परछाई, मेरे आर पार से घिरा, आईना हूं मैं तेरा. तेरा अहम, तेरी अकड़, जिस पर है तेरी मजबूत पकड़, जो कर रहा तुझे अपनी खोखली जंजीरों में जकड़, जो कर रहा तुझे अपनी खोखली जंजीरों में जकड़. तेरा राब्ता है सबसे कैसा, मैं मुस्कुराता पर सब कुछ देख रहा, कि मैं अक्स हूं तेरा, मुझसे कुछ भी नहीं छुपा. तू सबको पर्दों में रख, तू सबको पर्दों में रख, पारदर्शी तू है मुझसे, ना समझ है क्या यहाँ सभी, कि सबको, कि तू समझता यही, ना समझ है क्या सभी यहीं, तू क्या समझता यही, कि सबको भुलावे में रखकर खुद को ही धोखा देता रहा. तू कौन है, तेरा वजूद है क्या, तू कौन है, तेरा वजूद है क्या, अपने ज़मीर को कभी तो जगा. तेरी गलतियां और तेरे गुनाह कर दे हवाले उसकी पनाह. जो की है तूने गलतियां उस पर गौर कर, कि सब जानकर भी अनजान है. और तेरी आंखों पर पट्टियां हैं, क्या तेरी आंखों पर पट्टियां हैं, और दिल भी बदगुमान है. खुद की तकलीफ की तुझे बहुत है फिक्र, कई बार तूने दूसरों के दिल को छलनी किया, जिसका तुझे बिल्कुल एहसास नहीं और ना ही कदर. अपने ज़मीर को कभी तो झकझोरा कर, अगर अपनापन नहीं तो इंसानियत के तौर पर. अनदेखा तू करता रहा, मैं सब देख रहा, कैसे तेरा अहम जिसको तूने महत्व दिया, वही तुझे हरा रहा. पर तू नहीं समझ सका। संस्कारों और रिश्तों को पीछे रखकर तू अहम के साथ ही बढ़ता जा रहा। बाकी सब तेरे लिए धुंधला सा रहा कि तुझे अपना अहम ही दिखा। आईना हूं मैं तेरा, मुझसे कुछ भी नहीं छुपा। अपने जमीर को कभी तो जगा, तू क्या सोचता और क्या रवैया है तेरा। मैं सब जानता, मैं सब देखता। आईना हूं मैं तेरा।
Introspective, I would say.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you
his
so much. It is
philosophical and
about the self-consigned. It is
sorry, ma'am?
about what? It is about the self-consigned.
Yes, ma'am. That is so beautifully expressed. So
Thank
beautifully
you.
expressed.
Thank you
I
so much, sir.
The Jamir is very apt, and Aks is perfectly used, and that is what, 2 words. I like it very much. And there is I was reading a story of, Arabic story that was very well known, and it's like maybe in Quran it was referenced. And a couple were doing some, kind of things in, forward room and closed room, thinking that nobody is watching and nobody would, it is, they are free to do whatever they can do. And Allah says that, so there is a window that is open, and everyone is being watched. So despite that is something, it reminds me of. So thank you for, presenting
Thank you
such a
so much.
beautiful, wonderful poem. Thank you. It also
Thank
reminds us to
you.
stand as on our feet, so be careful.
Because I
So thank
believe,
you.
Prasanna sir, I believe that, the world is secondary. You have to face yourself first. If you are doing anything wrong, if you are doing a small mistake and you are not realizing it, how can you face yourself in front of the mirror? You are answerable to the world. That is secondary part. How you are answerable to yourself first. So that is my faith. That is I believe in.
And that is okay. Those people who have those conscience. And yesterday I was, reading those books, and those the kind of sociopath and psychopaths. There is a difference between the sociopath and
Yeah,
psychopath. It was, very well put in a book that I would be, talking about. But that is those who are having the conscience, they would,
yes.
But that was so beautiful. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Up next is our next poet. Please welcome, and she has recently been, attending beautiful poetic conferences and poetic, in person. So please welcome Jaya Kalayanraman.
Prasanna sir, please give me a few more minutes because my husband very lovingly served me my dinner. And
Okay.
so I think you could have another 2 people before I'm
Yeah,
ready.
sure. Yeah, please. Yes.
At my
please.
age, I need to eat early enough, Can't wait till 9.
Thank you.
So
Thank
please excuse me. I'll come on a little later. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Please welcome our next poet, and next poet is she's alter ego ma'am is like Love Infinite, True Berry. Please welcome Love Infinite. Love, please unmute your mic and start your camera. I mean, Love Infinite. Yeah.
So sorry, I wasn't expecting to be called next. My apologies. But thank you so much for the space. I was gonna ask you maybe when I was going on so I could actually have gotten ready, but my apologies. I'm just gonna quickly find a poem to read here. I think I'm gonna read this poem first, that by Lantern Carrier, since that's very easily accessible. It is called I wish I could feel you. I wish I could feel now what I felt then. I wish I could feel now what I felt then. You and I, hand in hand, picking winter sweet clematis, caressing the unseen purple of their redolence on our breaths, throwing snowballs to infinitude. I wish I could feel now what I feel then. Your smile painting its magical garlands on my gaze, my hopes and dreams blossoming like radiant lotuses, nature's sunset, alluring my being with its enchantments. I wish I could feel now what I felt then, heart singing sweetly in the meadow of love. My soul bird dancing on the golden robes of moonlight, cradling my longing with speechless rhapsodies. I wish I could feel now what I felt then, your sweetest kiss like a magical balm, bathing my spirit with joy, a bewildering and wondrous wine, intoxicating my soul with the ecstasy of delight. Yet even as my brush longs to stroke the past, I can only admire the sacrament of the present moment. Dawn is fast approaching. My beloved is playing with each moment in accordance with her dreams. This has been Manatita, the Lantern Carrier, from the 17th of April, 2019. And for my own poem, I am going to read a poem I think I've already read here before, but it's called The Heavens Call Her Jesus, a Provenance of Resurrection. She pops her noble patella back into its place several hundred dozen times a day. She carried a family man on her back, a necromantic squatter the day her mescaline knee popped out of its socket. She hopped around on her good one for a week and a half. It belonged to an injured combatant leg, a feathered foot she intended, but had yet to fully feel, a haughty hamstring that strengthened, but never healed. So many scars, her listless lovers would lose count and simply bow to the collection of antediluvian battle wounds instead. Kiss her thighs and grasp her hands, holding back floods of jealous tears. Worship her perseverance and envy her endurance. Begin the cycle all over again. She fed them her heart on a platter and called it love. It's only a sacrifice if you receive something of value back in return. They drink from a hose of red, white, and blue cells, calling her existence their fountain of life before they left. Thank you so much for the time. I really appreciate it.
We appreciate your time, Josephine. Great, future ahead for you. What a great reading, I love your reading. I love your reading because, I could hear each word and, it's like and we could just imbibe ourselves in those words, and so beautifully you read. So that is something so enhances the beauty of your write. And thank you for presenting Manatita Hutchison. We always love him, you know. He is there with us today. So thank you for reading his poem as well. Thank you, Love. And please keep coming. And yes, thinking talking about
I just arrived. I want to express my deepest gratitude to Love Infinite for reciting my poem in such a beautiful, beautiful, sublime and loving way. Thank you.
Yes, how could she filled in, during your absence, but presented it so beautifully. We haven't missed you at all. But yes, when your presence was there, but for writing. First, please welcome Landon Career Manatita Hutchison.
Oh, all right. Let's get a poem up. Okay, O Empress of my life, come. When I beheld your beauty, my breath dissolved in wings of light. I wanted to pull the moon down, my heart a sacrifice for the bewilderment of thy gaze. It is your love that adorns this garden, fragrantly blossoming in the magic of daffodils. The earth is as hallowed as the celestial heavens, the bee as the honeysuckle on which it feeds. I said, I just want to see you, my sweetheart. You said, what do you need? I said, intensify the profound agony of my longing. You replied, what will you do with this yearning? I said, offer myself at the dust of your feet. You replied, come, my darling, what's holding you back? I said, I wish to be immersed in the ocean of your sweetness. You inquired, what do you need? I said, sweet sacrifice. You said, hush, don't reveal all my secrets. Just know that the eloquent, the downtrodden, the rich and the poverty-stricken, the form and the formless eventually dissolve in me. It is only I, my child. The rose does not blush in its nakedness, neither does the flowing river avoid the sea. Then you left, like a lifelong bride suddenly divorced, triggering the grief of separation. Deep down in the agony of my despair, I have dyed my wounded heart with longing. Carving a path for thy return, I washed my soul with tears, became feverish from day and night rants, developed incoherence from calling out thy name. I am a chained melody, awaiting thy peerless wine to sing unfettered, like the unfurling moon, a birthless and deathless symphony. In my sleep and in my waking, my amnesia and hallucinations, I see only you, my sweetheart, only you. In thy absence, this love is a hollow prison, awaiting thy sweetness to be uncaged. Aye, you've returned like a bewildering angel, inundating this temple with kisses, lips incoherent, my tongue mute. The earth massages my feet as I stumble, overwhelmed by an intoxication of love. I hear the enchantment of sparrows and nightingales, those sweet familiar songs, resonating ecstasies in my core. They soothe me in trance, like unfamiliar whispers, a variety of song-bearers wooing my being with delight. A new dawn comes dancing, harmonizing a breath, now inconsistent with its natural tempo. Daybreak caresses my face, comforting the heart with its rays. My ego dies as you pour nectar into my being, trickling its way like a fine vintage into the profundity of the soul. Behold, the stars are so beautiful. 1,000 rays of incandescent light, majestic, as luminous as the crimson sun. I know not but the intensity of thy smile, tugging at my heart with its sweetness, the scented breath of your silhouette, fervently kissing and charming my soul. The hour of true devotion is a one-pointed love hunger, devouring my spirit. Only you, my beloved. All else is meaningless to me. Of what use is the sky's limitless blue? I shall blend in every heart on the day I blend in you. Lantern Carrier, thank you.
My. That is why I say, I should, I should get a book and, have a pen and, whenever one poet reads and I should start writing, but I couldn't, I could just listen. I could just, grasp those words. Maybe I could, rewind.
Done your bad, my brother, done your bad.
And maybe I take, there was one suggestion and one member has given, but that has to be implemented. You could analyze, few poems and, having a few members as 2 or 3 panel members and we are picking one poem. We could have it, but yes, definitely. I mean, as I said, always listening to you is always like reading a book. So please, that was Latin Career Akamanatita Hutchinson. Please give it up.
Thank you.
And, thank you. Let me take those things. Yeah. Up next is our she creates a beautiful avatars nowadays, and she never misses a day writing a poem or a what do you call it? Celebration, or to say every day is a celebration, maybe a day, international day of international that. So please welcome Dr. Gangalaxmi Patnaik. Please mute your mic, ma'am. Unmute your mic.
Sir, please conduct 1 second silent prayer for the departed soul of Jayanta Mahapatra, poet. 1 second. Silent prayer. Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to express my heartfelt congratulations to K. Kumar Prasanna, who has invited me to recite poem on this open platform of fertile brains. Today, I will recite 2 tributes. One tribute for my mentor, teacher, Jayanta Mahapatra, who has passed away very shortly. And the second was a tribute to my pet bird, that is a parakeet. That I kept a parakeet and she has gone. So my 2 tributes are like this. My floral tribute to the acclaimed Indian poet Jayanta Mahapatra, who wins the Sahitya Academy Award for English Poetry, passed away on August 27th, 2023. Today is 8th death day. My Shraddhanjali is to the legendary poet Jayanta Mahapatra through an eulogy. I would like to recite a poem, a tribute poem for the beautiful soul. The title of the poem is Silent Tear. Silent Tear. How am I to believe in what they say? Poet completed one journey and set out for another. Now he has gone to the land of poetry. There is no pain, no fear, so we try to dry away our silent tear. We feel in poetry worlds a sense of emptiness, saddened by the loss. The more I sharpen the memory, the more my grief. How am I to believe in what they say? The poet is very much amongst us. His journey is always within us, about us. As I begin to weep, my husband patting on my back said, this absence is to be endured. Caught in the net of days, tears, fears, I go on listening to the echoes of what my husband said. Oh, so hard to bear, so forlorn to the core. Now, this is the end of my first recitation. I am now paying my tribute to my parakit, whom I loved very much. The title of the poem is Lost Parakit. Parakit, a small bird, parrot, a type of parrot. Parakit named Jackie lived with me. One day flew out of door, saw her no more. Suddenly, Jackie entered, died by hitting fan, thrown to wall, bled little, no doctor for lockdown. I keep getting flashes of incident, cannot forget, hard to forget, destroying life once I swore to protect. I buried her in flower pots, wake up at night, can't study. I am traumatized, realized it is an accident. Now time has come to wind up my recitation. Thank you all for my recitation. Thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Yes, we lost a soul and he left a vacuum in the
Legendary
poetry
poet.
world. Exactly, ma'am. And thank you for presenting. Very maybe the parakit has, went into switch off, to meet. But yes, thank you. I don't know why I'm not active today, but yes, but sorry for that. But I'm just, yeah, please forgive me. Please. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Gangalaxmi, ma'am. But I would personally talk to you in the messenger what you had. Anyways, please welcome our next poet, Ma'am Jaya Kalayanraman. I hope she is ready now, and please welcome Jaya Kalayanraman. Yeah, you're still busy, ma'am? Yeah.
Yeah, when I was eating, I went off the camera, but I was very much tuned in. The only time I wasn't tuned in is when I went to wash my fingers and drink a little water and dab on a little lipstick and come back. So that's what I did. I want to show you a picture. I hope it is visible. Do you see it? Can you see it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, so this is the view from my bedroom window. Okay, and this poem is called The View from My Window. I wrote it a few days ago. When the streaks of daylight greet me from my bedroom window, I see the fruits of my labor from 12 years ago. Basically, I should have said that my house is very close to the compound wall of our society. Okay. Those many years ago, our very own home sweet home was far away from civilization, where tarred roads ended and the country muddy roads began. Surrounded by eucalyptus forests and coconut orchards, we left the hustle and bustle of city life behind. The only sight for sore eyes was the barbed wire atop the compound wall. That barbed wire protection to keep miscreants from jumping the wall reminded me of concentration camps and jails and the marginalized. Bright colors of bougainvillea I planted at regular interval and nurtured them as they made their way to the barbed wire atop the compound wall. It wasn't long before the forest and orchards came down, and the sound of earth diggers and borewell machines took over from the twitter and the cacophony of birds that sang in perfect harmony. Ghastly high-rise buildings standing disproportionately on small holdings replaced the forests and groves around us. But I count my many blessings, while gratitude fills my heart for the plot of land in front of my home, beyond the compound wall, is still home to 6 coconut trees and other greens all so tall. Oft when on my bed I lie, in a state of complete peace, all I see is the flowering bougainvilleas of various hues, filling the space around me with color, positive vibes, and gratitude. Thank you.
Only a poet could, understand this. Maybe that is a poet's heart could speak out and translate it into the words. That is what. That's so beautifully written, man. So beautifully presented. So beautiful.
Thank you.
The barbed wire reminded you of, Holocaust. The kind of what do you call? The chambers. That is, I couldn't recall that. So
yeah, the gas chambers.
Yeah, gas chambers. That is something. Please give it up for Jaya Kalayanraman, who presented as a beautiful, a thoughtful poem. Very thoughtful.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. Thank you. And up next, he is the one who sometimes misses. He goes to other, university, and she chimes in there. But yes, everything is fair in love and war, but love and respect. It's all about humanity and the poets that talk about peace, love, and what do you call? No discrimination. So please welcome Dr. Molly Joseph.
Thank you. Thank you, dear Prasanna. So happy to be with you, my dear friends. Yes, from this part of Kerala, it's after Onam, our harvest festival. I'm still in that Onam dress. I mean, the thing is, Onam precipitates our credo with which we started Manishyatvam. Like, we lift ourselves by lifting others. And it brings in nostalgia also of those good old times where mankind lived in peace. And as Prasanna put it, and so much behind that university's ethics these days, where there is justice meted out to all. And the haves and have-not divides are not there. Suffering is not there. So to start with, I'll just sing a few lines in Malayalam of those good old days written by some of the poets, not me. Maybe Sreedharan and others would know it. We are with sense of nostalgia visualizing that world, working hard to bring that world come to existence. Once upon a time there existed that land. That's how the song goes. പണ്ടെങ്ങാണ്ടൊരു നാടുണ്ടാർന്നേ, ആ നാട്ടില് പുഴയുണ്ടാർന്നേ, പുഴ നിറയെ മീനുണ്ടാർന്നേ, മീനിനു മുങ്ങാൻ കുളിരുണ്ടാർന്നേ, അന്നവിടെ തണലുണ്ടാർന്നേ, വയൽ മുഴുവൻ കതിരുണ്ടാർന്നേ, കതിർ കൊത്താൻ കിളി വരുമാർന്നേ, കിളികള് പാടണ പാട്ടുണ്ടാർന്നേ, ആ നാട്ടില് തണലുണ്ടാർന്നേ, മൺവഴിയിൽ മരമുണ്ടാർന്നേ, മരമൂട്ടിൽ കളിചിരി പറയാൻ ചങ്ങാതികൾ 100 ഉണ്ടാർന്നേ, നല്ല മഴ പെയ്ത്തുണ്ടാർന്നേ, നരകത്തി ചൂടില്ലാർന്നേ, തീവട്ടിക്കളവില്ലാർന്നേ, തിന്നണതൊന്നും വിഷമില്ലാർന്നേ, ഒരു വീട്ടിലടുപ്പു പുകഞ്ഞാൽ മറു വീട്ടില് പശിയില്ലാർന്നേ, ഒരു കണ്ണു കരഞ്ഞു നിറഞ്ഞാൽ ഓടി വരാൻ പലരുണ്ടാർന്നേ, നാടെങ്ങും മതിലില്ലാർന്നേ, ഇടവഴി നടവഴി 100 ഉണ്ടാർന്നേ, 4 മണിപ്പൂവുണ്ടാർന്നേ, നല്ലോർ ചൊല്ലിന് വിലയുണ്ടാർന്നേ, അന്നും പല മതമുണ്ടാർന്നേ, അതിലപ്പുറം അൻപുണ്ടാർന്നേ, നിന്റെ പടച്ചോൻ എന്റെ പടച്ചോൻ എന്നുള്ളൊരു തല്ലില്ലാർന്നേ, ആ നാടിനെ കണ്ടവരുണ്ടോ, എങ്ങോട്ടത് പോയി എന്നറിവുണ്ടോ, ആ നാട് മരിച്ചേ പോയോ, അത് വെറുമൊരു കനവായി. For others, I'm just translating, like, there was a time when we are not walled up and walled in. There were small bylanes and, those big stretching trees under which our friends would gather and crack jokes. And if in one house, the furnace, they had poverty and there was nothing happening in the kitchen, from the other house there came hell. If somebody's eyes were filling with tears, there were 100 and many around to wipe out the tears, whether it be from illness, inadequacy. So, let us build that world where we can spread kindness. We can lift ourselves by lifting others, because that feel-good factor about our existence is the most important thing. When we do something, psychologists say we get a helper's high. They call it helper's high. It makes us feel, oh God, I've done something today to make me worthy of my tomorrow. So that is it, my dear friends. I think I have taken a little bit more of time, Prasanna. Sorry, but I had to.
No. I like the rhyme. I said, no, I really found that, undarne repeated.
There existed.
Yes, I understand that. I like it. It's so beautiful. So simple, very beautiful. Undarne. It is, you could understand the audience. So that is the thing.
Sreedharan,
So
you know the song, Sreedharan. You know it? Sreedharan is on mute.
No,
Yeah.
today at 3 p.m. today, in connection with the Onam celebrations, somebody has recited this one.
Very beautiful.
Very nicely presented. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Dr. Mori, I love the cadence, the meter, the rhythm, the way you were going, typical kind of traditional Indian way, which is so beautiful and so mesmerizing at the same time. Yeah.
Thank you, dear Lantern. A pleasure being with you all, my dear friends.
There is a little mixture of folk too,
Yeah, folk. The folk resonance is also there. That undarne thing.
Undarne is the folk house. So that was so beautiful. Wow. Excellent, ma'am. Thank you, Dr. Ma'am, Dr. Molly, ma'am. Thanks for coming. And please give it up for Dr. Molly, ma'am. Please, thank you, my dear friends. Up next is, yes, Isaac Cohen from Israel, who always smiles. And please welcome Isaac Cohen.
Hi, hello friends, dear Kumar, and dear all my friends in the world. Hi, the coin, the kiss. Dear God, please give a kiss to a poor boy. And the second, Adi Cohen, the song. A barefooted man sang an amazing song. The angels of the throne gave him new shoes. Thank you, Isaac Cohen, Israel.
Thank you, Isaac. Thank you. Thanks for coming. We never miss your smile. Thank you. Thank you. And keep smiling and spread cheers. Thank you. Up next is our a poet from, yes, a beautiful poet, and she is internationally beautiful. I mean, please welcome Til Kumari Sharma.
Okay, thank you very much, Persanaji and dear friends, to listen me. I'm Til Kumari Sharma from Nepal. Now I am going to recite a Nepali poem here about woman respect. नारी तिमी सम्मानित बन सम्मान के हो भनेर नजान्ने समाजलाई तिमी उदाहरण बनेर जाग आँसुलाई तिमी हतियार बनाएर उठ राम्रो काम गरेर मनमा भगवान राख कसैलाई विश्वास नगरी चम्किलो जुन बनेर मर विश्वासघातको पोखरीमा रोएर विरक्त हुनु पर्दैन एक्लो जन्मेको एक्लै मर्ने हो भनेर जाग नारी योद्धा बन आफ्नो अस्तित्व जोगाउन लडाई लड बरु नझुक तिमी मानवताको गीत गाउन यहाँ तिम्रो अस्तित्व बचाउन अर्को नारी लड्दिन बरु खुसाल्ने बनाउँछे यहाँ तिम्रो अस्तित्व बचाउन कुनै दाजुभाइ र श्रीमान आउँदैन बरु एक्लै साहसको दियो बाली आफै लड अनि उठेर संसार नेतृत्व गर्नु छ जीवनको अस्तित्व जोगाउनु छ फेरि विगत बिर्सेर नयाँ जीवनको बिरुवा रोप्नु छ कलिला तिम्रा उद्देश्यहरूमाथि वज्रपात बनाएका हुन्नै तर सहेर मृत्युको मुख पनि जितेर तिमी बाँचेकै हो संघर्षलाई हतियार बनाएर आफ्नो अस्तित्व जोगाएकै हो नारी नारी भनेर गुटबन्दी जुत्छ टोल टोलमा के उनीहरू नारीवाद नै हो या आनन्दवादको खेल खेल्छन् नारी अलक्षिण हो बक्सी अनि अश्लील अनि उनैको गुटबन्दीबाट सुनिन्छ खै के हो नारीवाद हो आफ्नै श्रीमान छोरा र बन्धुत्वको विशाल विरोध कोही कसैको विरोध नगरी उठ्नु छ आफ्नै अस्तित्वको दर्शन जन्माउनु छ अनि संसारमा नेपाली माटोको पहिचान बनाई जिउँदो चिहान बनाउनु छ मरे भने नि अजम्परी बनेर कसैले कुच्न थुक्न अश्लील गाली गर्न नसकुन् मेरो चिहानमा अनि छुन पनि नसकुन् त्यसपछि अश्लीलताको घुम्टो ओढाउन पनि नसकुन् त्यही स्वतन्त्रतामा म बाँच्नु र मर्नु छ दासत्वको घुम्टो डढाएर म अमर पहिचान बनाउनु छ दासत्वको घुम्टो डढाएर म अमर पहिचान बनाउनु छ अमर बनेर मर्नु छ नेक्स्ट one is about English poem here responsibility of the motherhood responsibility of father and mother seems in huge role of mother the growth of children seems in mother with varieties of the genes as the multifaces in her arms she might be raped with different people the children in her arms with different colors naked babies with hunger poverty stricken society comfort for children around her mother struggle of mother is immense feeling of joy in motherhood sleeping children in body of mother how huge role of mother is How brave she is to handle all babies together. The real bone of strength, like earth, she endures enough. Her laborious hand, like sickle, to have energy, conscious of her tired body, the joy and pain in victimized black motherhood. Okay, thank you, Prasannaji and friends. Okay, thank you very much.
Excellent, ma'am. Beautiful, beautifully presented. And I
Okay,
love
thank you.
your Nepali poem. It's beautiful. It's on womenhood. So women, and thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. That was Til Kumari Sharma, my dear friends. Please give it up. Up next is our retired banker who, like his, better half never misses writing. So please welcome Shyama Prasad Patnaik.
Thank you, Prasanna sir, for inviting me to recite my poem. And on 5th September, we are going to celebrate Teachers' Day. And for that occasion, I have dedicated one poem about teachers. Recently, it was published in the anthology Amazing Gardener. So I am going to recite that poem. This is the title of my poem is How Could I, O Revered Teacher, how could I disdain your indelible bestowal? You are the person who had come me patiently providing solutions. You taught me lessons of wisdom, utterly complex and unknown. Your love and smile reassured me to deduce labyrinthine problems. You instilled in me self-confidence and perseverance, ignited flames of knowledge in my mind and soul, enlightened my murky paths submerged in the gloom of ignorance, enriched my skills to accomplish my objectives and goals. Oh, my teacher, how could I express my gratitude for your blessings? Today, I am successful only because of your teachings. And that is the poem dedicated to my teachers. The second poem, which I am going to recite, is about a dream. The title is Reminiscing a Dream. It's a fantastic dream. I reminisce one curious dream came to me long ago, occurred in my deep slumber during that early pre-dawn. I discovered myself with sweetheart in centermost point of lake, enjoying scenic effulgence of vast lake on a jolly boat, while rejoicing gorgeous swans traveled too far from shore, pack of blue dolphins majestically dancing next to our canoe. Unexpectedly, we noticed a mammoth saltwater crocodile at little distance. It began chasing in a galloping speed after our yachts. Both of us paddled the pontoon vigorously, steering to shore. The ferocious man-eater crocodile, drawing very near, made us scary. Strenuously and desperately, we reached to safety, alighting on shore. So horrific and frightened, made me almost jump from bed. Only found it a quaint dream. My paramour fast asleep. I could feel my rapid palpitations cuddling her to quieten. And that is the end of this fantastic poem. Thank you for watching and listening.
Beautiful, sir. Yes, indeed, it is fantastic. The poets out there, you should say that. But yes, yeah, honestly, it's beautiful. And I like the line, the gloom of ignorance. I like the line, of the first poem, gloom of ignorance. So beautifully, expressed. And that was a beautiful tribute to teacher. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thanks for coming. And Please, sometimes I say random things, please take it lightly. Please, I request you all. Thank you. Up next is our, I don't know, please welcome Manju Chouhan. Ma'am, please unmute your mic and Manju Chouhan. It is there. Manju Rani is mentioned, and Dr. Manju Chouhan. Ma'am, unmute your mic. Manju Chouhan. Manju Rani. Manju Chouhan is what I was. Anyway, moving up next is yes. She's very active, and she's recently started her open mic on the Facebook, and you could also join, and it happens every Saturday, but I don't know whether I'm allowed to announce that, but yes, that happens as per Indian Standard Time and 6 p.m. Indian Standard Time, 6 on Saturdays. So you could join that open mic too. So please welcome Saraswati Poswal from Sargam.
Good morning, good evening, namaskar, sat sri akal, adab, salam, kaise hain, how are you? Thank you so much, Prasanna ji, for this initiative, for this open mic. This is open for all the poets, they are welcome on this platform. Sargam, as you are welcome on Fatal Brain, and this is the same platform like K. Kumar is taking up. Excuse me one second. Sorry, actually, I just had my medicine in it. That's why this cough in my throat. Anyhow, I'll not take your much time. You all can join on Sargam. I'll be sharing the link everywhere with K. Kumar Prasanna ji in Patel Prince. You can join. You're most welcome. Everyone is most welcome. It's a multilingual platform. You can come and perform, present your poems in English, Hindi, Punjabi, whatever language from all over the world. Yeah, I'll not take your much time. I'll start with one of my poems, Smile of Nature. Sorry, can I take a break sometime? I'll have one.
Yes, please take, please. Yes, meanwhile, please welcome our next poet. Our next poet is, yes, at another well-known writer, poet, and she's a retired professor. Please welcome. She's been after a long time. Please welcome Manjula Mahanti. Manjula Mahanti. Please unmute your mic, ma'am.
Join. K. Kumarji, if she is not available, I can come and join now.
Yeah, a little later, ma'am. Yes.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay. Oh,
Can you hear me, everybody?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, please go ahead.
Very good evening, good morning to everybody. And I'm so happy to be here after a long time. And I'm listening to beautiful poems and enjoying everything. So best of luck for all the poets, my co-friends. So first I will read out one Hindi poem. That is about Raksha Bandhan. We know that this festival has just gone before 2 days. So I would like to read out something about Raksha Bandhan. That is a Hindi poem. तो रक्षा बंधन है एक पवित्र बंधन, रिश्तों की अग्नि में तप्त कुंदन। रक्षा बंधन है एक पवित्र बंधन, रिश्तों की अग्नि में तप्त कुंदन। राखी है प्रतीक प्रेम और विश्वास का, अंतरंगता निर्भरता सदा सद्भाव का। यूं तो ये केवल रेशमी धागे होते हैं, पर अपनत्व प्रेम भाव शक्ति में पगे होते हैं। रक्षा सूत्र में बहना की शक्ति होती है, भाल पे टीका उसकी भक्ति होती है। महकता है ये नाता चंदन सा, जैसे इष्ट देव को किया बंधन सा। सबसे निराले हैं ये रिश्ते अनुबंधन, और जीवंत है हृदयों का स्पंदन। बचपन की स्मृतियां दोहराती, बचपन की स्मृतियां दोहराती खिलखिलाती, भाई भाई बलि वारते अनुपम अपनापन रहने पाते। यह जीवन है मधुर रिश्तों का ताना बाना, सदा सदैव सप्रेम अनुबंध निभाना। वैसे होगा प्रसन्न आज तो चंदा मामा भी, हम लोग चांद को चंदा मामा कहते हैं ना, तो होगा प्रसन्न आज तो चंदा मामा भी, जा पहुंचा है पास प्रिय भांजा विक्रम भी। वर्षों बाद बहन भारती ने भेजी है राखी, अपनाई बड़े प्यार से बंधवाई है राखी चंदा मामा ने। तो चेष्टा की जाने की पर रही निराश दुनिया सारी, अपनाया विक्रम तुमने भारत की बात ही है न्यारी। अपनाया विक्रम भारत की बात ही है न्यारी। यह विक्रम की लॉन्चिंग को भी उसमें जोड़ा गया है। तो नेक्स्ट माय सेकंड पोएम्स, इट्स एन इंग्लिश पोएम titled Humor. Laughter is the key to humor. Laughter is the key to humor. A very thin line separates laughter and pain, comedy and tragedy, humor and hurt. We must enjoy everything of life. Find humor in everyday's situations. There's no special time for looking for humor. You have to find it in everyday situations. So we must find humor in everyday situations. Smile often and try not to take everything too seriously. Make light of the situations at times. Focus on laughing every day. Good medicine for mind, body, and soul. But never laugh at someone. Never laugh at someone, rather laugh with someone instead. Have a joyous life. May it be filled with laughter, love, and contentment. Must live life to the fullest. Never spoil the golden opportunity named life. Thank you.
Excellent, ma'am. Never laugh at someone, but love with someone. That's a beautiful line. And thank you for blessing with those words.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. That is really, I must admit that I'm very fortunate to be, listening to all wonderful souls out here and saying those, coming out those beautiful words. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Really, too beautiful.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, that was Manjula Mahanti, ma'am, for you, my dear friends. Please give it up. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for coming. And please.
Thank you so much. I'm enjoying everything here.
Yeah.
Missing being absent from so many days. So, but now I'll be regular with you.
Thank you, ma'am. That's my honor. Please welcome our next poet. Our next poet, as she could not make it, so please welcome and again Saraswati Poswal.
Namaskar, good morning, good evening, Sat Sri Akal, Adab, Salam. How are you all doing? Hope you all are doing well. So let's begin with my poem. Today I'm going to present my two poems, one in English, one in Hindi. So let me start with this. Smile of nature. Smile of nature, sky, every day and night, mesmerize me with shining sun and day. Sky, every day and night, mesmerizes me with the shining day, sun and day, and gleaming moon and stars at night with smile. Morning breeze call me, variety of hues, crisscross through leaves. Morning breeze calls me, variety of hues, crisscross through the leaves, and whispers in my ears to wake up from sleep with smile. Birds chirping and singing something which is not clear. Birds chirping and singing, something which is not clear. Make everyone smile. Trees dancing in melody songs, sung with alluring, enduring smiles of breeze. Trees dancing in melodious songs, sung with the alluring and enduring smiles of breeze. Clouds making a gamble by overcasting. Clouds making a gamble of overcasting and showering for the vehemence of smile. Flowers blooming with the togetherness of hues. Flowers blooming with the togetherness of hues and rendering the bliss every side by color, side by side. And enchanting enhance, and the enchanting enhance the essence for divine smile everywhere in the hues. Standing grass showing the courage of humbleness. Standing grass showing the courage of humbleness, like carpet stitched to land, and bends with every step kneeling down. And bends with every step kneeling down, selflessly, with graceful smile. So that was the nature smile, which makes us allure and smile every day and night. If we find smile in everything, so we find. And another poem, that's not poem, that's a song. And as you know, we have a festival in India coming soon, within 2-3 days. It's Krishna Janmashtami. It will be celebrated with full enthusiasm. So I would love to share one of my bhajan in front of you. Hope you all like it. Let me start with it. कान्हा हो गया दिल मेरा तेरे वृंदावन में कान्हा हो गया दिल मेरा तेरे वृंदावन में तेरी मथुरा में तेरे गोकुल में तेरी मथुरा में तेरे गोकुल में तेरे वृंदावन की गलियों में कान्हा हो गया दिल मेरा तेरे वृंदावन में कान्हा तेरी यमुना की निर्मल धारा है तेरी यमुना की निर्मल धारा है कई पापियों को जिसने तारा है कई पापियों को जिसने तारा है ऐसा जादू भरा इन लहरों में ऐसा जादू भरा इन लहरों में कान्हा हो गया दिल मेरा तेरे वृंदावन में कान्हा तेरे मंदिरों में चैन मिलता है तेरे मंदिरों में चैन मिलता है फूल मुरझाया यहाँ खिलता है फूल मुरझाया यहाँ खिलता है कैसा जादू भरा इन अखियों में कैसा जादू भरा इन अखियों में कान्हा हो गया दिल मेरा तेरे वृंदावन में कान्हा तेरे भक्तों ने जब बुलाया है तेरे भक्तों ने जब बुलाया है तू तो दौड़ा दौड़ा चला आया है तू तो दौड़ा दौड़ा चला आया है कैसा प्यार भरा तेरे भक्तों में कैसा प्यार भरा तेरे भक्तों में कान्हा हो गया दिल मेरा तेरे वृंदावन में कान्हा
Wow, that was beautiful. Is it your written one, ma'am, or it is someone else? It is okay. That's beautiful.
Yes, I have written it. So Hope you all enjoyed, and I enjoyed everyone listening. So I would wish everyone joins me on Saturday on this Sargam platform. I'll be sharing that link with you, the Fertile Brain, and you're all are invited, and you'll be hosting the show. Okay, Prasanna ji, that's your platform only. Okay, don't miss it out.
No hosting, no hosting.
Yeah, of course, yeah. So definitely, I will love to see you there. Please join it. Thank you so much for inviting me. Or best wishes to everyone, or for Janmashtami to everyone and the whole world. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That was Saraswati Poswal, my dear friends. Please give it up. Up next is, yes, I see, many different names, but yes, I could, miss that younger, poet, young poet today, but I could see her, the mother, but with a different name, but I've been told that she's Manju Chouhan. Yes, please welcome Manju Chouhan. Ma'am, please introduce yourself before reciting. And I don't know, I was wrongly introduced you on the other day because I asked Neelam Saxena, ma'am, yes, but she mentioned that she is not aware. But yes. So please, how do you came to know about this platform? And please introduce yourself.
Yeah, this is Dr. Manju Chouhan. I have been working as a professor of English literature there in Chandigarh University. Right now living there in Chandigarh. I have been into this profession for the last 20 years. And I have published two books of poems, poetry books. One in Hindi, another one is in English. And I suppose that's sufficient. Yeah, I came to know about this this kind of like poetry recitation through the page of Neelam Saxena ma'am only, because she's shared once the link of the poetry recitation. So that's why I joined, and this is how like I came here. And yes, I'm really thankful because there are so many great poets, especially Molly ma'am. I always read her poems. I'm also the part of that poetry group which has been created by Professor Jarnail Singh Anand.
And even University of Ethics.
Yeah, even we shared an offline poetry conference was there. It was 4th International Poetry Conference in Chandigarh. So I met Molly ma'am there. There were so many people, Professor Lalit Sharma, Mohan Sharma, Professor Jarnail Singh Anand, so many people were there. So I suppose that's sufficient. Thank you so much for inviting me. Like, although you did not invite, I myself joined it from somewhere. I got the link and I intruded into it. But yes, thank you so much. So may I allow to? Okay. So as Saraswati ma'am, she was talking about Lord Krishna. So yeah, she is. Yeah. So yeah, as she was talking about Lord Krishna, and very soon we are going to have Janmashtami, the festival Janmashtami. So there is one poem. This is in Hindi, translated into English. So this is just like I'm going to recite one poem only. First of all in Hindi, then its translation. Obviously, for those people who are not quite like they are not so comfortable in Hindi language. So for them, yes. मेरे जीवन का रथ थामने को चले आओ कन्हैया. I suppose people know how important it is. Like Kanhaiya, obviously Krishna, so he helped the Kauravas whenever they were in they were there in the problem. Obviously the property wali problem, but there were so many other things also. It means like whenever Arjun was confused, Lord Krishna came, he convinced him, he told him what is right, what is wrong. So in that way, every one of us is a Arjun. In a confusion, in a dilemma. Every time we have two ways, just like Robert Frost. So which way is to be taken? Okay, road not taken. So that's why we are asking his guidance, obviously the guidance of the God. मेरे जीवन का रथ थामने को चले आओ कन्हैया, है जमीन का ही टुकड़ा फिर अपने लड़ रहे हैं. Please, even in the modern time it is happening. है जमीन का ही टुकड़ा फिर अपने लड़ रहे हैं, यूं तो कुछ नहीं बचेगा, तुम ही समझाओ कन्हैया। यूं तो कुछ नहीं बचेगा, तुम ही समझाओ कन्हैया। चले आओ कन्हैया, चले आओ कन्हैया, मेरे जीवन का रथ थामने को चले आओ कन्हैया। वो गहन ज्ञान गीता का किताबों में रह गया, वो गहन ज्ञान गीता का किताबों में रह गया। हम भूल गए सब, फिर से पढ़ाओ कन्हैया। हम भूल गए सब, फिर से पढ़ाओ कन्हैया। चले आओ कन्हैया, चले आओ। है जाने कितनी द्रौपदी सभाओं में खड़ी, है जाने कितनी द्रौपदी सभाओं में खड़ी। आना ना पड़े तुमको, आना ना पड़े तुमको, उन्हें लड़ना सिखाओ कन्हैया। ना आना पड़े तुमको, उन्हें लड़ना सिखाओ कन्हैया। चले आओ कन्हैया, चले आओ कन्हैया। माखन मिश्री का स्वाद फिर से भाने लगे हमें, माखन मिश्री का स्वाद फिर से भाने लगे हमें। बंसी की धुन पे गैया चराओ कन्हैया, चले आओ कन्हैया, चले आओ कन्हैया. And the same poem has been translated into English. So I would like to recite the translation of the poem. Yes. Come, come, O Krishna, guide my life's chariot. Come, come, O Krishna, guide my life's chariot. War is on among our own. War is on among our own. You alone can resolve. Oh, come, come, O Krishna. Profound Gita in books, we have forgotten it all. Profound Gita in books, we have forgotten it all. Come, teach us again. Come, come, O Krishna. Many a Draupadi stand unsafe in public places. Many a Draupadi stand unsafe in public places. Teach them to be strong. Come, come, O Krishna. Now fresh is taste of butter and candy. Playing on the flute, O Krishna, O come, care for your cows. Come, come, O Krishna. So this was just like the poem was translated into English. Obviously, whenever I'm talking about Draupadi, so this is just like what Gayatri Spivak has said, subaltern can speak. So yes, now she can fight for her own self. Now she doesn't require, like I'm praying to Lord Krishna to make the new woman so strong that she does not require any Krishna. That was from my side. Thank you so much.
Excellent, ma'am. Excellent. That was Diya's mother, Manju Chouhan. And
yeah, Diya is also here. If you allow her, so I would sit somewhere and she would sit at my place, if you allow.
Yes, please ask her to recite her poem.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Diya. Please welcome now the daughter of the mother. Please, Diya Singh. Go
I
ahead.
have a poem regarding monsoon season. That is the favorite time of my year. So how I feel during my favorite season, the poem describes it. A faint, tangy aroma is in the air, where I wish to inhale every inch of it. But as hard it seems, it is impossible, for a tinge of magic is all that it needs. Every flora, soar in the sight, plain in the eye, now seems revelished and re-beautified. Every pit and hole, lifeless forever, now seems gloating on its own, flaunting on the life it holds. The symbolism carried in it far beyond. Every tiny drop on my face, my body, seems so fresh and fragrant, like a deodorant of mist, having my every touch redefined. I feel like a 7-year-old. A faint smile is swaying on my lips in its adornment, with some bird song resonating far off, redesigning me in its aura as if an opera. The water clogged on my roof resembles an open swimming pool where I am presumed to be a mermaid, but maybe the one with legs like Ariel. The strong gusts of refreshment hits my torso like the waves of ocean, making my insides sweet and soft like a marshmallow. And it seems as if I have discovered a heaven of my own, the frown of clouds endearing, making my paradise so real. Thank you.
Oh, Diya, I must admit, this is the best poesy. I like it more than your mother. So beautiful, so beautiful. Wonderful,
Thank you,
Diya.
sir.
Keep writing. Thank you. That was
Thank
full
you,
of
sir.
poesy. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Thank you. That was Diya. Sing for you, my dear friends. Give it up. Thank you, Diya.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for coming. Up next is our, beautiful poet. I mean, I could, see his patience, and he will be there all the while, without having kind of any kind of impatience or a kind of thing. But he's a beautiful poet. He written 30 books, and mostly for children, and he's a songwriter as well. Sings so beautifully. So please welcome Sreedharan Parokode.
Thank you, Prasannaji. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, please.
I have 4 lines in Malayalam first, then English. ഇന്നുമെനിക്കു കളിക്കാനായി വന്നു തുടങ്ങുന്നു ചിന്തകളൊന്നായി ഏതേതാണോ ഞാൻ ആദ്യമെടുക്കും എന്നും എന്നുടെ ചോദ്യമീതല്ലോ. This is my question. Which is to be taken first? Yeah. My poem goes like that. Love. This is the title of my poem. Love. I love because without love, even love cannot be felt. I love because without love, even love cannot be felt. An ardent desire, great loss too. That's it. Thank you.
What a beautiful lines. I mean, like, I love love. I love. I love. What do you call mute? I mean, that's poet. Please give it up for Sreedharan Parokode. Please. Thank you, sir. And next up is our poet. I mean, he's known to be a love poet, and he has written wonderful books. And please welcome Dr. Jahangir Alam Rustam from Bangladesh.
Greetings from Bangladesh, and thank you, Prasanna, to give me a chance to recite 2 poems. Today, I will recite 2 poems. Okay, first one from The Glory of Love. This book is published this month. This is the poem. The title of the poem, Sweet Memories. Let's hold our hands together. We don't know the way, passing the whole day in romance, in the darkness of night. Where would we stay? We gossip and often fly in the shimmering light of the open sky. Glittering stars invites us to stay more. The rising moon touches us through her gleaming door. Occasionally, when we meet with a sky fairy, you are dazzling with her when I cherish your memory. At midnight, when moonbeams fall upon us, you are glittering in the shimmering light with the beam's beautiful touch.
I see nothing by 2 eyes except you. I get lost and then find it again in your glimmering view. The second one from another book, The World of Love. This book also was published in the previous month. The name of the poem, A Dancing Eye. In your wonderful dancing eyes, often I lost away. I blossom on your loving face when you sing in a beautiful way. Your dancing eyes remind me the day when we are kissing each other. Through the dropping rain, we are singing and dancing together. A dancing eye is a blooming flower in your beautiful image. As an amazing fairy, you fall in love with me and lost yourself in a colorful maze. A sparkling star with a dancing eye, it shimmers in my mind as a unique jewel. By tying two hearts together with a single string, love blooms as a loving marvel. Unfolding the assurance of love, you are my eternal partner. We are in a mysterious maze where light and color dance together. Thank you.
Wonderful, sir. Wonderful. So beautiful. I love poet. That's why you are called. Please give it up for Dr. Jahangir Alam Rustam, and congratulations on your new book.
Thank you.
Best wishes, sir. Up next is, yes, she also is a wonderful poet who never misses, writing prompts and all. So please welcome Gargi Mishra.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Prasanna sir. Thank you, Roopali ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, 1 second. Let me bring the poem. Yeah, humble greetings to everyone. And I'm happy to be here. This is a poem which is my personal favorite because it has simple vocabulary which anybody can understand, and it carries a powerful message also. This is regarding simplicity. So the title of the poem is also very simple, Simplicity. Simplicity is the name of a child, innocent, truthful, transparent, and mild. Simple people are unable to handle complexity. They're easy to be persuaded. Neither they prefer any clutter, nor can afford to be crooked. Simple people don't think much about the result. They are like mirrors without any tint or dirt. They do not think twice before accepting others' ideas and opinion. Easily pacified, easily hurt, easily flattered, easily coaxed, and careful to harm none. They suffer a lot for their stupidity, yet don't retaliate, blame, or complain. They never curse their enemies and can never think of putting them into shame. You can hurt them 20 odd times, but they never hesitate to help their rivals. They remain straight in thinking, knowing how difficult it is for survival. But the irony is that the simple people are so difficult to find. For them, the world operates smoothly. Remember, the more durable it is, the simpler the design. Thank you for patient listening. I wish you all an enjoyable recitation. I'm so fortunate to be here. Thank you so much.
We are fortunate having you, ma'am. And a beautiful definition of simple people you provided us. Yes.
Pleasure is all
Thank
mine.
you.
Thank you so
Simple
much.
people are like mirror.
Yes, sir. Yes, definitely.
So really so beautiful. That was Gargi Mishra, who presented as a definition of simple people. That yeah, thank you. So beautiful. We have last but not least, please welcome our folk singer, headmaster who writes in English, Telugu, Hindi, and whatnot. He's effervescent and ever active. Please welcome Kuntla Murali.
So good evening all. So this is the real experience, sir, in my life. My title of the poem is Being Underwater. Am I audible, sir?
Perfect, sir.
Okay. Being underwater, my lungs full of air, but my body towards the surface forced me to paddle me as I go down in the water. I completely disconnected and disordered from the world. As being underwater, I've been wronged. There were no sounds, sir. There were no sounds. There was nobody outside of the world. There was no environmental relaxation. But it's better to be in the water. My brain and body was getting up from stress and anxiety. God the Creator had given the shelter for all living beings, such as tortoise, fish, whales. Were so happy then. The people on the earth, really, God looked so great. Being underwater, sailors, fishermen, getting breadwinning for their livelihoods. Fish, crabs, crocodiles, eating and that. Whereas comparing to the people on the earth, quite different. According to swimming, I like my brother, the age of 15, 14 years, have been taught how to swim. But still, brother and others, being in water, his eyes were closed. Once I swallowed water, I thought that I might have died, but the grace of God, the Almighty, I was alive, and I was alive. I've been on the earth. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. So one song written by me during the period of Corona, sir. I would like to sing 2 stanzas, 3 stanzas. Please give me permission.
Yes.
ఏడవబోకమ్మా నువ్వు తోడవబోకమ్మ కన్నీళ్ళు తీసి నీవు నన్ను సాగనంపకమ్మా నువ్వు ఏడవబోకమ్మ నువ్వు తోడవబోకమ్మ కన్నీళ్ళు తీసి నీవు నన్ను సాగనంపకమ్మా కరోనా వచ్చిందని నువ్వు కలత చెందకమ్మ కరోనా వచ్చిందని నువ్వు కలత చెందకమ్మ నేను చచ్చిపోతానని నువ్వు బెంగ పట్టకోగమ్మ ఏడవబోకమ్మ నువ్వు తుడవబోకమ్మ కన్నీళ్ళు తీసి నీవు నన్ను బాధ పెట్టకమ్మ పట్నంలో ఉన్న గాని వస్తులేమి లేము మేము పట్నంలో ఉన్న గాని వస్తులేమి లేము మేము సర్కారు ముందుకొచ్చి నన్ను ఆదుకుంటదమ్మ నువ్వు ఏడవబోకమ్మ నువ్వు తుడవబోకమ్మ కన్నీళ్ళు తీసి నీవు నన్ను బాధ పెట్టకమ్మా కర్ఫ్యూ ఉన్నదాని కంగారు పడకమ్మ కర్ఫ్యూ ఉన్నదాని కంగారు పడకమ్మ కాలంలో పోవాలంటే కష్టాలు తప్పవమ్మ నువ్వు ఏడవబోకమ్మ నువ్వు తోడబోకమ్మ కన్నీళ్ళు తీసి నీవు నన్ను బాధ పెట్టకమ్మా ఆ కన్నాయి ఆదుకుంటుండ్రు ఆస్తమాయి ఆదుకుంటుండ్రు నవ్విచ్చి మాకు భరోసా ఇస్తుండ్రు నువ్వు ఏడవబోకమ్మ నువ్వు తుడవబోకమ్మ కన్నీళ్ళు పెట్టి నీవు నన్ను బాధ పెట్టకమ్మా ఇప్పుడు మీ తల్లి చూడు బిలబిలాడుతుంది తలుచు చూడు పెట్టి వాళ్ళు సేవ చేస్తారమ్మ. నువ్వు ఏడవబోకమ్మ, నువ్వు తుడవబోకమ్మ, కన్నీళ్ళు తీసి నీవు నన్ను బాధ పెట్టకమ్మ, కన్నీళ్ళు తీసి నీవు నన్ను బాధ పెట్టకమ్మ. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for your blessings.
Thanks, sir. How could I bless you, sir? There are the poets and there was I may be younger ones, so I could not bet. But friends, I would like to, those who are having this Manshatva, please, you could review the book and you could tag me along. So Lantern has given in this editorial, and that was so beautifully written. I couldn't say he was not there last time, so this was written by Lantern. So beautifully here written. So Lantern, it would be great if you could give a review of the book too. So
I was away for 5 weeks and I saw your email, but I haven't got that far yet. I've got so many emails to deal with. I was in a
quite voluminous, and Heera ma'am is other, Gargi Mishra ma'am, and Shyama Prasad, and Gangalaxmi ma'am, Sreedharan Parokode. And it would be great if you could, review the book.
Yes.
And let me take a moment to inform you the beautiful thing that happened this week. And I happened to, meet a wonderful personality. And, I got a gift. Gifted a book where the boys are someone which to be heard. It's a kind of, human psyche. We never, there's a kind of perspective. This woman, this lady is Shyamala Khanna, her name, and she's a fighter. She's a badminton player, retired teacher, and she has written a couple of books. He's a social activist. I must say, I couldn't, it was quite an experience. It was like a kind of revelation. I could, experience some of aspects of social, evils. She beautifully penned it and tried to put it in the book. So you should also get this book where the boys are. Someone waits to be heard. So please check it on Amazon. So that was it. And that was Shyamala Khanna, my a wonderful personality, and I must thank Roopali ma'am for introducing me. And really, I have no words, describing her. But anyways, please listen to my poem. Otherwise, it wouldn't be good. Complete. The number game made me roam around the dime of shilling. The sounds of coins tantalizing. Couldn't hold the reins of counting. Lost in the race of picking the desired figure, counted to be a loser. Whatever, as of now, strolling along, taking the whiz of breeze, breathing the sounds of ripples, sprinting in the Garden of Eden, not concerned to be in the game of numbers, for I am the one who loves to be romancing the nature. So that was it, my dear friends. Please join next week. Thank you. Thanks for coming. And and please bring on.
Thank you, Prasanna.